I am so sick of obsessing over money, man. And I'm sick of seeing every young dude do the same thing. It's like the moment you hit your 20s, life stops being about living and starts being about earning. Every day you either feel good or bad about your existence based on some numbers on a screen, and then spend the rest of the day thinking about how to get more. And the worst part is, man, even when you do get more, it never feels like enough. And lately, I've been trying to break out of that mindset, but it's really hard, man, because everywhere you look, money is treated like the only thing that matters. The internet is full of dudes flashing stacks of cash, or posting about their wins, or posting about how easy it is to get rich, or how much money they made off drop shipping, or stocks, or this and that. And suddenly you feel like an idiot for not having it all figured out. Like, what happened to the time when we were 13 and we didn't care about any of this? We'd just hop on Xbox after a day of school, play COD all night and talk about dumb shit with our friends, and never once stress about financial stability, apart from the times when you were saving up for a new game. Now it really feels all about the grind. Every conversation starts revolving around money, success, investments, side hustles. Even this YouTube channel, for example, we be talking about some of that sort of stuff. And if you're not on that wave, it really feels like you're falling behind. It's like you get tricked into thinking that if you're not constantly chasing a bag, you're wasting your life. But there's just one big question, I think, and it is, how much money is enough? And it feels like most people don't actually have an answer, because no matter how much they or I make, they always feel like they need to make more, and I always feel like I need to make more. For instance, you hit 1K, you want to make 5K. You hit 5K, you want to make 10K, and so on. And before you know it, you've spent your entire life chasing a number that keeps moving further away. And it really feels like social media has made this 10 times worse. Like, I imagine back in the day, people compared themselves to those around them in their immediate vicinity. But nowadays we're comparing ourselves to heaps of people on the internet who are making loads of money, or who at least show that they're making loads of money. You know, there's 20-year-old kids buying Lambos. There's some random influencer talking about how they made 100K in a week. Crypto bros saying it's so much easier to get rich if you just work harder. And after seeing that every day, you really start to feel like a failure for living a normal life. Like, all these videos and all that sort of stuff, it makes money seem more obtainable than ever, but at the same time further out of reach. And I feel like that's why so many young dudes are feeling lost in particular, because they're not actually broke, they just feel broke compared to what they're constantly seeing. And I totally get it. The economy is super hard right now, so we definitely do need money, but then it just comes down to needs and wants. Like, I respect hard work, I really do, and I respect people who grind, but there's a difference between working hard and letting money control you. Like, some guys really turn their whole life into a business plan, and they stop enjoying anything that doesn't directly make them money. If they're not flipping stocks or running side hustles or trying to make some sort of passive income, they feel like they're wasting their time. And I'll be the first one to say I'm sort of guilty of that. But like, I'm starting to realize if I spend every second chasing money, then I don't actually have that much time to enjoy my life. Like, people often say they're grinding for freedom, but the people that say that are often more trapped than ever. Even me, for example, I can't relax without feeling guilty. Some people stop seeing friends because they're trying to make money. Some people wake up stressed every single day because they feel like they're still behind, even if they're making money. Like, that doesn't sound like freedom to me. That sort of sounds like a mental trap. And like, I get why people want to be rich, because having money is 100% better than being broke. Like, nobody's arguing that. But at what point does the cost of chasing money become greater than the reward? There's probably so much sacrifices involved, like relationships you're neglecting. People love talking about the benefits of being rich, but they don't talk about the sacrifices. And I just really hate that as I've got older, like, a lot of my thought process is money. And of course, it's a normal part of the brain, but it just feels like today's day and age is just completely different with the mindset of getting and earning money. And I've been trying really hard to detach from the feeling of being obsessed with money and earning it without being too reckless. And some of the things I've learned along the way is, like, instead of earning more, just start spending smarter. Most people don't have an earning problem, they have a spending problem. Whether that be buying new clothes every weekend, whether that be going out every weekend buying ridiculous drinks, meals, and so on. Or it could literally just be the fact of not checking weekly specials. I know in Australia, the supermarkets are absolutely crazy right now with prices. And the business model is to literally make stuff at a ridiculous price, but the real price is at the half price point. So for instance, you see a block of chocolate for $7. They know that the block of chocolate is not worth $7. It's in fact worth $3.50, but they're just hoping that people come in, buy it at $7, so they make pretty much double the money. And I can assure you, especially if you're living in Australia, if there's something you want, it will be on special in a matter of time. At Coles or Woolies, you just got to know when and buy it at that time. You can even stock up heaps if you have to. Like, you really can save just as much money by living smarter and just avoiding dumb purchases, man. Even just take all your subscriptions such as Amazon, Netflix, all that, and just see what you're using. See if it's really worth that much money. And when was the last time you checked what they're charging you? I know Disney Plus increased like 50% over the past 2 years. Like, very few things that you buy will make you richer. And it sounds really corny, but for instance, if you were to buy something like travel, it makes you richer, but just in a different kind of way. And you really need to stop comparing your life to people online. Half of them could be faking it. The other half could have an advantage that they will never admit. Like, you really just got to focus on your own situation, not some influencer's highlight reel. And again, it sounds really corny, but like, success isn't just about money and being a millionaire. Success to me is about just being comfortable and stress-free. And the older I get, it's just about having time to actually enjoy my life. Money is more so just a tool. It isn't the end goal. The goal is what money allows you to do. Like, if you're already meeting your needs, you're not failing at all. And like, the crazy thing about money is it really is a moving target. You will never feel like you have enough. Like, when you're 18, you just think to yourself, if I could even make 50K a year, I'll be set. And then you might hit that number and then you might want more, and it literally just goes on and on. And I know so many people that this has happened to, because it's probably never about the number. It's more about the feeling. It's literally like a video game. Like, you think about how you play a video game, you're never going to want to stop. Like, how many times have you told yourself just one more game and you keep playing more and more games? And like, I don't want to get too deep, but like, society kind of feeds off this. Everything is designed to make us feel inadequate, so we keep chasing, spending, grinding, working more. And something that I've seen kind of my whole life is this idea of attracting money versus chasing it. And it gets kind of spiritual miracle, but like, there's a concept people talk about a lot, especially in business, and it's that money follows value, meaning the more value you create in the world, the more naturally it flows to you. But right now, like, especially with today's day and age, a lot of people are not thinking like that. They're more so thinking, how do I make money fast, instead of how do I become valuable? And I feel like that's where people get stuck. They try to force money instead of building something worth paying for. I feel like you can kind of apply that to everyone, or everyone who's rich at least. The richest people in the world have built something and they created value, and money came as a byproduct. Like, really, man, if you break it down, we don't actually need as much as we think we do. But it feels like as soon as we left school, we've been convinced that we need to be making 6 or 7 figures to be secure. But honestly, what's that for? A bigger house, a more expensive car, like designer clothes? It's all kind of irrelevant at the end of the day. It really is never ending, because the moment you get those things, you're still going to be wanting more. I know I'm repeating myself, but it really is true. And it's just a cycle, man, where no money is ever going to be enough. And when the thought of earning money really consumes your brain, it takes a huge mental toll. Like, we glorify the whole idea of I'll sleep when I'm dead, or if you're not working 16-hour days, you don't want it bad enough, or money never sleeps. But realistically, what does that actually lead to? It leads to exhaustion, stress, or never feeling good enough. Like, you ever notice when you're obsessed with making money, nothing is fun anymore, and you really start feeling guilty doing anything that doesn't make you money? Like, if you're watching my videos, you probably love video games, and I know I'm not alone when I say we just get this feeling that it's wasting time. Like, I could boot up the Xbox or COD, and my instant thought is there anything I can be doing that would be making me money that isn't just this? Even just kicking back, relaxing, feels like you've fallen behind. And at that point, it's not even about making money. It's about never letting yourself feel like you've done enough. Like, I'm not debating at all that money is important. And of course, it'd be so good to be rich, but it is definitely not worth losing yourself over. Because in my opinion, the real flex isn't money. It's not a mansion. It's not a Rolex. Simply put, it's waking up every day and not stressing about money. And yeah, that would come if you're rich. But if you strip everything down to what you need to survive and to enjoy life a little bit, it's not that much. And again, man, it's super corny, but it's kind of the wealth that I want. But yeah, man, I'm not trying to get inspirational with this shit, but it just hurts seeing like so many young dudes focus their whole life on money. And thinking back when I left school, there really was a shift where it's like, okay, now everything has to be earning money. And it really sucks thinking that way, and it's kind of sad. I would love to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm tripping, or let me know if you agree with me. As always, all my links are down below in the description, that being my Instagram, my clothing brand, my Twitter, and my streaming platforms. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this. And sorry about the audio, I'm still kind of on the road, so nothing's sounding too good and I'm not on my usual setup, but I still want to upload for you guys. So make sure you subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more. But yeah, man, I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you heaps if you're listening this far in the video. It's been Once Faded. Peace.